one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story is brought to us from WCNC, Charlotte, North Carolina. And I've set my calendar on a date to follow up to see if any more information is provided for this story. But a person was shot and killed by a Gaston County police officer in North Carolina during an encounter while the agency was responding to a 911 call, officials say. Gaston County police were dispatched to a home on Bow Drive in Stanley around 12:20 p.m. on December 7th. When officers arrived, detectives said there was an encounter between police and someone at the scene. This led to one of the officers shooting the person who died at the scene. It was the second police shooting in the Charlotte, North Carolina area on Saturday. A man who was allegedly armed with several knives was shot and killed in Shelby. Investigators haven't released any further information about the shooting, and it is unclear if the person who died was armed. The agency hasn't released their identity, but an anonymous neighbor told WCNC Charlotte that he was a father to young children. That's the guy that got shot. He said, I feel bad for the little kids, growing up without a daddy. That's what the neighbor said. Now, the officers involved in the shooting were placed on administrative leave for the shoot team to investigate, which is standard protocol for all officers involved in shootings. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation and Gaston County Police are conducting separate investigations to ensure all protocol was followed. Quote, we understand the public's concern and are committed to full transparency. That's what the police department said in a news release.
You don't understand shit, okay? Nothing. Guys like you gotta keep checking your pants to see if you got a dick. I got one. You and your friends are the kind of spoon-fed fucking fruit bait that I fucking hate!
They go on, we will share further information as it becomes available and as the investigation progresses. And you've probably noticed behind me, here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun. I'm going to start singing. But the sun is out, as you see. But what gets me, though, is they say, we will release further information as it becomes available. And it's interesting to me, and I'm trying not to be too judgmental here. I'm trying not to be, a quarterback on the couch, as they say. But it's interesting that whenever someone pulls a gun on a cop and gets shot, he pulled a firearm, he pointed the gun, blah, blah, blah. The guy with several knives, and he was shot with several knives. This father's shot on a 911 call incident, and they go, we really don't have a lot of information right now. You know what I mean? And I'm just kind of going by what I've read, what I've seen, all the experiences I've had with police stories, is that usually when the person has knives or a gun or something, they release all the information. A guy had a gun. In this one, it's just, we don't have a lot of information, but we will release it once our narrative gets fixed. It's kind of what they're saying, right? Let me know what you think about that.